the National Party, the Liberal Party, the far right of Australian politics is...
G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. Now I wanted to talk about how out of touch the politicians are with the Australian people. How now they're calling the Liberal Party and the National Party far right. They're not just calling them right wing, they're calling them far right. And they're saying they're in shambles, they're fighting, and the far right politics are falling apart. Look at this clip here and see how they frame the Liberal Party and the National Party, the coalition, as far right.
It's really descending into farce when you look at the behaviour of coalition members, including, earlier today. We've got one fella from north of here. He's gone from telling everyone he wants to leave the National Party, and now today says he wants to lead it. So the National Party, the Liberal Party, the far right of Australian politics is really descending into farce. The National Party, the Liberal Party, the far right of Australian politics is...
So you can see that clip really shocked me because they're framing the Liberal Party as far right. And the reason the Liberal Party is falling apart and parties like One Nation are coming through to take the lead is because they're going more left-wing. The Liberal Party backstabbed the Australian people and the National Party and voted against free speech. They voted to bring in more speech laws, more control on what you can and cannot say, and frame it in a way that if someone just feels harassed, intimidated, or threatened, now they can be arrested for hate speech. That's the laws they are pushing to pass. That is not very right-wing. Right-wing is very free speech forward. So the Liberal Party being framed as right-wing and trying to somehow say that's why their parties are falling apart is completely delusional. So that's why people like One Nation and Pauline Hanson are coming through parties like One Nation, and they're getting titles like this, saying they're in the lead now, is because they have common sense policies. Common sense politics is coming back and it's in the spotlight. You don't have to be a genius to beat these other politicians in Australia nowadays, because they're so out of touch with the Australian people that all you have to go out there and say is, we need to stop mass immigration. We need to vet radicals coming in our country. We need to help Australians with cost of living, with living standards, with housing, with all these problems. Preserve the Australian culture. You go out there and just stick up for Australian people and you've already won the vote. So the Labor Party and the Liberal Party are just falling apart because they just cannot do this and keep voting against what the people's interests are because they're so out of touch. And to frame the Liberal Party, as far right just blew my mind. If anything, they're going more left-wing. If anything, how I see Australia now is the Liberal Party is left-wing, the Labor Party is far left, and now the One Nation Party is right-wing, not far right. They have common sense policies to stick up for Australians and stick up for the Australian people. They're not far right. Far right is just what they call anyone who isn't a radical left-wing person. That's how they frame the politics now. You never hear them say they're right-wing. They can't even call the Liberal Party right-wing anymore. They have to say far right. It's just a word salad they do to try and demean people that go against their political views. But what they don't understand is normal people around the West and in Australia think left-wing people are idiots and are against the normal people of Australia. That's why everyone is voting for One Nation now and they're starting to come up in the polls and win. Because people have had enough. They don't want these left-wing radical policies in anymore that do not go for the Australian people. They go against speech. They do not listen to how we're suffering. We're living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to buy food, struggling to pay bills. Yet they just want to do stupid policies and not listen to how we can't even house people. Yet they want to bring in hundreds of thousands of people that we can't handle. Our infrastructure can't handle it. People can't get ambulances. They don't want to address radicals in the country. They're too scared to say radical Islam. It nearly kills them to say that word, even knowing most people who were past presidents, prime ministers, say that and are not afraid to say that. Yet these politicians in charge are so scared to do that because they know their party is falling. And in my opinion, they don't want to go against the main voter base with these radical views. So now the Australian people are flocking to a new party because they know the Liberal Party is also going radical left-wing. They're also going into silencing speech. They're supporting that. That's why the National Party and the Liberal Party are fighting so much, because the Nationals are getting thrown out. They should just join One Nation, because the Liberal Party is starting to become so woke, they're losing all their credibility because they already have a woke party. It's the Labor Party. You may as well just get rid of the Liberal Party now, because they're not standing up for the values the people want, the Australian people want. So this is a huge change in the political scene. Everyone is feeling it, especially after Bondi. It's ramped up. You can all see it coming on my channel, all the difference. Like I said, it's not hard to show how stupid the Labor Party is. All you have to do is have common sense policies and you'll win the election. If the Liberal Party went out there and stuck to their guns, called out these issues, called out these radicals, called out mass immigration, called out cost of living, called out the economy's disaster of what it is for the normal working Australians, not the top billionaires, but the actual what people are going through, and called these things out and stuck up for Australians and didn't try to pass laws against Australian speech and backstab everyone, then they wouldn't have these issues. Because you do not need to bring out new laws to silence Australians when we're not the ones doing the crimes. Us getting frustrated and speaking up is not doing criminal activity. Yet they are trying to silence us. Albert keeps going over again and again how he wants to silence us on social media, wants to stop social media. And people have had enough of it and they don't want to deal with it anymore. Albo has said over and over again, I've made videos on it. They said, if you were a dictator, what's the first thing you would do? He said, get rid of social media, because you can come on here, join a channel like this, speak up for Australia and make a change. And they do not like that because their party is losing now. We've got 2 years for One Nation to prepare for the next vote, change the government, change the course of Australia so it's not on a destruction course to kill itself. So it's huge. We've got lots of work to do. Keep subscribing. Thank you so much to all the members who have joined as well. Thank you for the live stream support. It means a lot to me. It helps me to make these videos and get my content out there. So thank you so much for the support. You all mean a lot to me. I keep getting messages every day that motivate me so much, saying, it's great to see a normal Australian voice out there, a common sense opinion. Common sense is back, and that's what we're doing. So comment down below what you think about this video. Comment down below if you're speaking up for Australia. And I cannot believe they're framing the Liberal Party as far right. You just can't make it up. Anyway, like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. And plenty more content to come. Members, don't worry. I got lots more content coming out. And then everyone else is getting it very soon. But after Thursday, there's going to be heaps of content coming out. So get ready for it. We're going to keep speaking up for Australia.